Hey guys, it's Maddie and
Mel, and this is Talk to Me.
Today we're going to be talking about
The week of hell that we actually all survived, and it turned out to be a wonderful week after all.
not really.
Well, it's a life in middle class America. This is what all families go through, trust me. Well, maybe not so much your brother's dinner escapades, but other than that. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you enjoy. So guys, this is our number 3 recording, and we are so blessed to have Five Flash Media put us into our great little studio here. You'll see that we're stepping up the game every podcast, and it looks fab to me, and it feels great. And I just want to say a shout out to them for making everything look so professional and making it so much fun.
I feel famous already.
I know, it's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
It's so crazy. We've had such a crazy week. We've
Oh
had, well, it was your brother's birthday, 29th.
Oh, yeah. Rose expensive.
Then we had your dad and I's 22nd anniversary, wedding anniversary. And then you got your permit, and you were off from school. You went to some spring training games.
Break.
It's been a full week. And, oh, by the way, Mom, let me see, worked, and volunteered at the high school during that time frame. So it's been a really, really crazy week. I mean, let's just start it off with Alex's car breaking down on Sunday night.
Oh no, yeah, that was, and we were here, and he was trying to call us, and we weren't answering him because we thought he was asking for food.
He always calls us, and he's like, "What's for dinner?" And that's why we didn't answer. So, come to find out, he actually needed us, and his car broke down. So that was all fun and great. And then Monday morning, you took and you wanted to go get your permit, and it was his birthday too. So your permitting was pretty crazy. So Maddie, tell the story.
So I woke up at like 12 because I'm lazy, and
she is off from school. It's her spring break, so.
So I woke up at like 12, and I got like I was practicing for the test because I took it at home. I didn't take it like actually at the place. And my mom and dad were out, and I was practicing and stuff, and then I got lazy, and then I went to go take a bath. And then my dad got home, and I just threw on his clothes, and I went to go take it, and I got it was 30 questions. They didn't let me take the last one because I already got 25 correct. So
Okay,
that's not
so
bad.
that would make you believe that she could actually drive, okay?
Oh, God.
But there's more to the story. So what happened when you and your dad went up to get your actual permit? What did your dad take with him, as your proof of who you are?
My passport.
So her passport was issued, what was that, during 2020? And there was an error with it, but we kind of left it alone because we go, oh, we'll correct it. So what was the name on your passport that you took up to the driver's license place?
Madison Middle.
And what did he tell you he'd have to issue your driver's license in what name?
Madison Middle. My middle name, just saying, guys, is not Middle. They made a mistake, and they didn't actually put my middle name. So now I am Madison Middle.
So she had to go get her original birth certificate to prove what her real name was.
Yeah, and it came back to haunt me. Like, I'm not even joking. I totally forgot about it.
And so I'm like, Madison, you're probably going to be 40 or 50, and it's just going to pop out of nowhere where it's going to be on some type of document where your name is actual Madison Middle.
It's like Pennywise. Every 27 years, it comes back to haunt you.
I just want to know what they did with the guy that got the passport after you. Did they issue his, like, first, middle, last? I mean, how did you even make that mistake?
I don't even know.
So then you went out driving with Dad.
Yeah, the next day.
I actually didn't have to partake in that. I was very
I woke up at like 8 in the morning, like after waking up at 12. and then having to wake up at 8. Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah, so what happened when you took it out?
So we went in this like back alley, not really alleyway, but like in the back parking lot of like a big like water
It's
thing.
the aquarium.
It's the aquarium, yeah, sorry, I forgot what it was called. And I was driving probably like literally like 0.1 miles per hour. Like that's how slow
She
I
was learning
going.
how to do the turns. And now she realizes it's not as easy as what it all looked like.
They make it look so much easier.
Yeah. So what happened when you were just in this parking lot doing these turns?
So me and my dad were like just, I probably did like 40 turns, it felt like. And then like I was like, Dad, can you show me how to do it a little faster? So we got I was in the passenger seat at this point, and he was in the driver's seat. And this wacko who lives in his car.
Oh, he may not live in it. Let's back it up.
No,
he could be a worker that was between shifts or something.
No. He was a homeless person who lived in their car. Okay. Like, I'm not even joking. You could tell.
Now, you got to give people the benefit of the doubt. Okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
He starts driving around probably like 50 miles per hour in this tiny like little back part of a parking lot, and he starts flipping off my dad like, hey, F you, because he thought we were trying to rob him. And I was like, whoa, hey, calm down, there's a child in the car. And my dad, he pulls up, and it looks like this guy's about to like run into us, but he pulls up to the side of us, and my dad rolls the window down, and then he rolls his window down, and my dad's like, hey, trying to teach my daughter how to drive, she just got her permit. And he was like, oh, sorry. And then his like face goes into a smile. I'm like, this man's whack. And I thought he was gonna murder us. I thought he actually like robbed this vehicle because it looked like a worker's like vehicle. It didn't look like.
That's why I think he was between shifts. People have multiple jobs and sometimes sleep in their vehicles.
Yeah, but in the back of an.
Yeah, that you go to the
aquarium.
most. Yeah, you go to the most, and if he works there, that just makes total sense.
It was weird though. I thought he broke into the car and was like, it was because it happened in like an.
This is what happens when you watch too many murder mystery shows where everybody.
That's rude.
Everybody's out there stealing and you thought you were going to get murdered at 8 a.m. in the back of an aquarium. And then after that, so what do you think about driving? What's your take on driving?
I don't know how to use the gas.
You realize that you don't drive with 2 feet?
I was trying to drive, like those little like ones they use in like the arcades, and you go. It's not like that.
Well, it doesn't have a clutch. My car is an automatic.
I swear, I thought it was going to be like the ones in the arcade, and I was like, oh, I'm fine. I always get like first, second place.
Okay, so to all you young children out there who can like beat their parents in those like race cars at the arcade, just know it's not real life.
I wish. I would be an
It's like,
amazing
don't try
driver.
this at home, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
So are you excited to drive?
I'm a little scared because I don't know how to switch from the gas to the brake fast enough. So, like, I was slamming on the brake and our car was going like
you realize that's the car you're getting for when you turn 16, right? Because I don't want to drive it after you've been practicing with it.
That's rude.
Hey, truth hurts. Sorry. So, are you excited to go back out again? Or are you nervous?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of do want to go back out again.
You do?
Yeah.
You want to see if you can do it better?
You need a smaller car.
Jeez. What am I supposed to do with my car? Like cut in half or something? I mean, the car is the car.
Sign in half.
I'll let you drive your dad's Silverado. I literally cannot drive his Silverado. He's got the really freaking long bed. It's like super long. It's extended. And so, like, the first time I drove it, I was like, oh, I want Starbucks. Oh, simple, easy, right? Go in the Starbucks drive-thru. Holy crap. Try to make that turn with that truck. I was, like, pinched between the two yellow things. I had to call your dad, and he had to come help me get out of the
I thought he was in the car with us.
He was, yeah. I had to call him and have him come over. And
no, he was in the car with us.
Yeah, he was in the car. So I had to have him come and help and get us out of it.
I think he realized that you were stuck, and then you just were like,
I give up.
Take it from here.
I never want to drive this vehicle again. I'll drive it on the long roads, like to California or something, or Vegas, but I will not
Driving
go
through
through any
Starbucks
drive-thrus ever again. So do you want to go on in the Silverado?
Hell to the no.
So your dad offered to let you drive the Silverado
No, he
coming
didn't.
out of the Japanese restaurant. And you said, and you were going to do it before you had driven in my car, remember?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I would hit every car.
My son, so there's something you need to know about my son. It's my youngest son. He was turning 29, and he's like,
He's an old man.
I get to pick the restaurant. He's not an old man. Oh, my God. Guys are crazy. So anyway, it's like, I get to pick the restaurant. And with Alex, there's one thing you need to know. When you take him out to dinner, and for all you future girlfriends
I know
out
what you're
there,
about to say.
you need to know this if you're gonna
Okay,
like
ready? I know what you're about to
go
say.
Dutch or if you're gonna pay. He orders
There's
always the most expensive
No.
thing on the menu.
Yeah, he always finds, like, somehow, even if he's not looking, he always is like, I want this, and it's the most expensive item on
Oh,
the
and
menu.
you think it stops there? No, let's go with drinks. Now that he can drink and cocktails, oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so he says he wants to pick the restaurant. Well, I'm super busy with all this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I go, just tell me where, and I'll make the reservations. And so I make the reservations for this Japanese steakhouse, and this was quite an experience for us, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, I got to cook, like, this meat on, like, this little, like,
So
thing.
back it up.
It was really good.
So we were there, and we were ordering. How you order is you have to order it by a shared plate. So everything that you order, you share. And there was some really good food in there.
Oh,
and one
yeah.
of the things that we ordered was the Wagyu steak.
It wasn't even that good.
And the kids wanted it flambéed. So we get this hot plate. They start it on fire.
have a
Everything's
video of
super cool. Everything's super cool. And then we taste it, and it's like, it's not very good.
It's not, like, as good as you'd think it would be.
And it's like
Yeah.
$50 an ounce.
And there
so we had 4 ounces of it. And it literally,
$200.
she ordered tenderloin. It was so much better.
Oh,
She
yeah, it was
actually
so
had
much
the
better.
best meal.
And it was, like, $40, like, just for that one plate. I was like, and
so much better.
Yeah, and the Wagyu was $200 for, like, these tiny little pieces.
Well, you like the Brussels sprouts. There was a few
Oh,
things-
there's the Brussels sprouts are so good. Like, you think that you don't like Brussels sprouts? This place has the best Brussels sprouts.
But trust me, you're paying for the best Brussels sprouts. So anyway, we get to the end of the dinner, and we have dessert. You guys each have a dessert.
Yeah.
I think me and Dad shared one. It was $800. I have never spent $800 for myself for a meal ever. And of course, all you do is hand over your credit card and go, oh crap, now I have to pay that thing off. It's like, oh my God. So
We're not letting Alex pick a place ever
Alex,
again.
we told him, we're like, it's your birthday. I totally get it. Not a problem. But you are never allowed to choose a restaurant ever again unless you're buying. That was insane. And honestly,
And the
it's like,
portions were really small
Were
too. It wasn't like
so
they weren't
small.
even. It wasn't even like one of those like big buffets that like has like everything. No, it was like these tiny
like
little
we're
like.
Midwest and Northwest people. Like we're big people who like big portions. It's like these little dainty, and we did it with chopsticks.
Oh.
So yeah. So taking and eating these little tiny morsels. I mean, that's almost why it was $800 though. I mean, the 200, like almost 250 of it was the Wagyu. But you had to keep ordering plates because everything was so small. You're like, damn, I'm still hungry. Let's keep going.
Yeah, and you had to share it with everyone at the table, and there's 4 of us, and there's like these tiny little 5 pieces, so you all got one of them.
Yeah.
So you had to like imagine that we bought like 10 dishes.
Exactly. I said next time we're doing Brazilian steakhouse, it's all you can eat. It's a little bit more expensive, but at least you
It's
get
cheaper than
you can
$800.
Yeah, $800. And then it was so freaking funny because we walk outside and I'm like, I didn't know. Like I found out later that this is like a super fancy restaurant, like where celebrities eat and stuff like that. Well, now I understand. And it was so funny because we walked outside and there was people doing like their photo shoots outside the restaurant and everything, probably doing their what is it, Instagram?
Or Snapchat.
It could have been Snapchat, kind of showing, hey, I'm eating here. And I'm thinking, damn, we should have done that. We should have like totally, took pictures outside of there.
I stole my mom's shirt for this because I couldn't find a shirt, and I was freaking out like 20 minutes before we went in there. Like before we were about to leave, I was like, I don't know what to wear. So I stole my mom's shirt that she was gonna wear.
Yeah, and I was like, do not get any juices or anything on it. I'll kill you. It was pure white. I was going to kill her. So,
I actually would have been killed, just saying.
So because of Alex's extravagant birthday, Dad and I ended up at like some Mexican restaurant drinking margaritas and eating chips and dip.
For your guys' anniversary.
For our anniversary. We're like, you know what? I'm not all that hungry. Let's just, take it. That's it. But your dad and I have been married for 22 years. Been together almost 24. Can you believe that?
Old people.
It's not old people. So somebody asked me earlier to kind of give a thing of what, I think you should look for in a man. And your dad captures it for me.
I mean, you were about to say most of it.
I know. Is that bad? Is that bad?
I mean, he should have watched the number 3 podcast.
Sorry, Dad. You capture all of it. Trust me, 100%. So one thing is, I think that you need to, take and be with somebody, and obviously, you and I've had this conversation. That's smart. Times. We already talked about if you bring a dumb shit home, I'm sending them out the door. You do not want to marry somebody who does not have a brain or does not have any sense of what the world is, because you want somebody who's going to be very intellectual, who you can talk to, who, those things. You want somebody with a sense of humor, for sure, because they got to be able to laugh at your stupid things that you say.
I don't say that many stupid things.
Oh my, really?
I don't think I do. Well, I mean, I asked what a cheetah was earlier, so maybe never mind.
She had to Google what a cheetah was earlier to see what kind of print it was. So, Madison, you might actually check that box.
Whoa, hey.
And then you want somebody who is going to support you, is going to just be there for whatever dreams that you have, is there to support you, but is smart enough to know when to tell you, girl, you're freaking crazy, don't even think about it. It's so funny because, we've been in our home for about 7 years, and Dad knows me. I was married before him to somebody in the military, so I'm used to moving every 2 to 3 years. So it's very hard for me to stay in one spot for very long. And so it's so funny because he's like, oh, so now that you can't just go buy another house because we got such a great interest rate, you can't buy another house, even though I looked at the one down the street for a while to buy. He's like, you have to go do a podcast now. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I have to change things up every once in a while. And your dad understands that about me, and he lets me do the things that I need to do to fulfill myself. They always say marry your best friend, and yes, that your spouse should be somewhat of your best friend, but you need other people in your lives too. You need true best friends on top of it. It can't be your only best friend, because otherwise it just won't work. It's too much for the relationship. So that's what I would say is really kind of kept us going for 22 years.
That's kind of sweet, though.
Yeah. Well, I do love him.
Do you?
I do. I mean, he married me with 3 kids. What man in his right mind would marry a woman with 3 kids? That's what your aunt told him.
Which one?
He's like, but she's so nice. And she's like, she has to be nice. She's got 3 kids. And then he's like, but she's never changed. I have always been the same person. So he's like.
Even with 3 crazy boys, by the way, I wasn't born yet, so there were 3 boys, young boys. The sweet little daughter didn't come yet.
We were blessed much later in life. But let me tell you what, that one outdoes all 3 of them every day of the week. Definitely.
You mean Alex, right?
Yeah, I'm sure I'm talking about Alex. Poor Alex. I swear. The kid's probably going to need to go see a psychiatrist after all our podcasts because you beat up on him so much. The poor kid.
I don't actually beat him up, guys.
So the other thing that we did this week, I know it's crazy you fit so much into a week, but I know, right? That's just our lives, honestly. So the other thing was you went to spring training.
Mm-hmm.
How was that? Where'd you go see? Who was playing? Do you even know who was playing?
Yes, I know who was playing.
You know.
The Mariners! Woo!
That's a Seattle girl in her.
I love the Mariners. They're so good. Ichiro.
He doesn't play anymore, by the way.
He doesn't play anymore, but he has my whole heart.
And then who were they playing?
I know the second one was the Padres. I don't remember the other one.
Okay, yeah, the Padres is what I saw.
Who was the other one?
So we dropped her and her friends off because they never, or one of them's been to a spring training when she was super little. But Madison's like, I'm going to show you guys what spring training's all about. And so
I kind of didn't know that we had seats, by the way. I thought we were like in the lawn or something, so we didn't sit down the whole time.
We paid for seats. They never looked at their tickets. So they go beyond. Okay, so there's a secret too about going to these spring training games. Should we give it to them about the bag?
No, because then the spring training people are going to catch our little trick.
Okay, all right. Well, we can't tell you then. Okay.
Y'all don't get our secret. No one. Say it. Oh, fine. Okay, I'll say it. This is only for women, by the way. If you have, so I'll use my bag. It's Kirby. Please.
Don't judge.
Don't judge. I love Kirby. I know he's so cute. Okay.
He's into Kirby now. Don't understand it.
I have a little like thing for him too. So it's like a bag like this. If it's like this big, you have to say you're on your period, and you have to bring pads, and you have to bring like tampons, bring everything you got, stuff it in your bag, and they can't say anything because when they look in it,
you're supposed to call it it's medical. You've got medical supplies.
Also known as being on your period. And
then you don't have to have the clear plastic bag, or if you forget to bring the right bag, which is what we've done.
Oh yeah, I just say I'm on my period, and it works every time. Because they check it and they're like, oh,
so
and then they close it up and they're like, here you go.
So she told all her friends to do the same thing, and so they all get through security. Which one of them you put?
Okay, I put
my god,
I had like this much they're like tiny ones, they're like the thin ones, right? And I had like this big pack of like pads for them, and then I gave them a night one and I gave them a tampon, and I stuffed it in their bag, and I'm like, tell them you're on your period, and they're like, they're gonna think something's wrong with me.
I mean, my God, I was just like, oh my gosh, what are you using that for, to dampen your, wipe the sweat off your brow or something? It's so many. But anyway, so they get through security, and what do we figure out?
You can't pay with cash. You can only pay with card.
We are going to a cashless society, people. So the whole cash thing is, you can't count on it anymore.
Oh yeah, and I had like $80 worth of cash in my bag, and I couldn't use it. And right before I got in the gate, I was like, hey, can I have your card, Mom? And you know what she says? No, I don't want you to have
this. I normally give her my
mine.
credit card. That's why she was so offended by it. But one of my cards just got compromised, and so I had shut it down, and I was afraid of losing my other card, and then my other card I don't even carry with me. So,
But thing is, she had my dad with her, so I thought she would have been fine. But soon, like 5 minutes later when we get in, you can't use cash. And I could have had her card, and it would have been fine. But no, she didn't listen to me. Oh my God. I was right. She was wrong.
Well, you used to have that green light card, except until you started charging thousands of dollars on it.
Hey, calm down.
I am serious. I shut it down.
No, we can't talk about
It's like $800 a month.
No.
So we're gonna put you on some type of debit card where I have the cash in there, and then you have to earn it with good grades and stuff.
That's what green light was.
Yeah, except it was tied to my bank account, and every time it went low, it just kept adding more and more and more on, and then I shut it down, and then I go and I looked at it to make sure it was shut down. You had spent the $200 that was in there after it was shut down.
How?
Apple Pay.
Oh, no, that's because I have, like, things on my phone, like this Spotify and stuff.
And then it was like negative $15. And I was just like, you are not getting that turned back on. You are not getting the green light. There is red light all over that credit card. No more, no more. So
Did you come up with that on the spot?
You know, I am actually that intelligent. I am not
Are you?
smart.
A cowgirl.
She's just giving me crap because she doesn't like not having access to a credit card. But either way,
No one wants my cash.
I'll take your cash.
No, even that place we went to today, they didn't take my cash.
I know. Even at the mall today, they wouldn't take cash. So anyway, we got to figure that one out.
Arizona. Wait.
No, it
the
was
Mills.
Arizona
Mills.
No, it was Arrowhead.
Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. I keep saying Arizona Mills. It's Arrowhead.
Arrowhead.
And I went to this little toy temple, and I got these cute little things from it. I'll show you. They're really cute.
Oh my gosh. It's more Kirby stuff, actually.
I can't find the other one. Where is it? Where did you go, Kirby? Come here. It won't take my $20.
Yeah.
My $20 was too much for them.
Yep.
Where's my Kirby?
They wouldn't take the cash. So.
How can I not find Kirby right now? There it is. My little Kirby.
I'm surprised you don't have it on the side of your bag.
I was too lazy to take it out of the thing. And then I got this little, like, cinnamon. I guess it's not a bunny.
So
it's a
my
dog.
question to you is how much did that cost? So for you to get
$17.
for you to get those little things.
And I couldn't pay with my $20 bill. Who does that?
I feel like I'm reliving the Pokemon nightmare from her brothers all over again.
I'll take it out of the bag,
Thousands
wait.
and thousands of dollars for a Pokemon card. I'm telling you, now we're spending it for Kirby. So anyway,
Kirby's the cutest
parents
thing ever.
will never survive this one. Just know that you're supposed to save those cards because I'll tell you, my husband put the kids' cards away when they stopped playing with them, and some of them are worth some money now. So, and we put them in the little holders. So definitely,
Can't get out.
that you'll never get. This I'll never see my $17 ever back again from this one. At least cards, you can hope that there'll be some value in them. But anyway.
They're so cute.
Can you get in there? $17, people. That's
They're
what
cute.
inflation does. It makes parents waste money, even more money on their kids.
Kind of worth it though. How do I get this thing open?
So, Madison,
Sorry. These things are.
so are you ready to go back to school?
Hell to the no. No, I'm definitely not ready to go back. Like, I don't want to go back.
Was spring break everything you wanted?
Yeah, I was a week off of Mr.
You cannot say
Oh,
that.
shoot. Y'all just call him Mr.
Okay.
I actually have a shirt that has, like, his name kind of on it, and it also has someone who looks like him on it. So, I think he thinks I like him.
Well, you have to always be nice to your teachers. They do a lot for you, and they make very little money, and they put up with a lot of stuff. I mean, you know what your class can do. So, anyway, I think that we can definitely say this week was a difficult week to get through. We had the car breakdown, we had birthday, we had anniversary, we had spring break, we had permit, we had finding your birth certificate. We just had a lot of stuff that had to go, but in all, it all worked out great.
I still can't believe they thought my middle name was Middle. It like pisses me off. Like, how? Do you think my parents hate me that much to name me Madison Middle? Okay, but
we will get it corrected. That is on the list actually next week to get done because we have to get the passport because you're going to Greece with your school. So we have to get that fixed. So you're going to Greece as Madison Middle.
I don't want to go to Greece as Madison Middle.
All right.
Okay.
And we'll talk about that on podcast
number 4.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.